Good morning, everyone. This is Dan with Senior E-Bike Nation. Hey, we're going to do a 30-mile ride today. I'm going to do the official review on the Buzz Cintris, and I'm going to be doing all pedal assist levels. It's kind of a range test with throttle only, and let's see how the bike handles. Today will be, like I said, the official review on the bike, so stick around and I'll see you on the trail. Good morning, everyone. Dan with Senior E-Bike Nation. Hey, had to show you this mural again on One Nation Under God. I think that's really cool. Somebody did a great job on that. I like seeing that every time I go by it. But yeah, we're gonna get out and do a ride here. We're gonna be taking the detour today to get up to the blessing box, so we're gonna have to ride a couple miles out of the way here, but that's all right. Today is my official review day for this Buzz Cintris, and what we're going to do is start out in pedal assist 1, and I'm going to go and do that now so I can give you the accurate speed of pedal assist 1, and it seems to be right at 10.5 mile an hour. That's in pedal assist 1. So that is really a good speed for pedal assist 1. I'm happy with that. So let me bump it up to pedal assist 2 here. And it seems to be bumping up to about 13 mile an hour, I believe, maybe 14. Seem to be about 14 mile an hour actually is where it seems it wants to be. Right at 14. Pedal assist 3. We seem to be around 16 mile an hour. Pedal assist 4. Seems to want to be at about 18.5. Pedal assist 5. That seems to be right around 23 mile an hour. So there's your 5 pedal assist levels. And I think I have the controller dialed in to where it should be now for the pedal assist levels. Beautiful morning this morning. It's probably 72, 73 degrees. Nice little breeze blowing. But yeah, I've been dealing with one of my older female cats' issues the last 2 or 3 days, and trying to get her to hydrate. And what had happened, her sugar crashed on her, and she's been on diabetes, insulin, and her sugar crashed on her. And she was acting really weird, like walking in circles and climbing under things and squeezing under things she used to never do before. And it was really an odd behavior. So anyway, we took her to the vet, and the vet said that's very normal for a cat to do that with low blood sugar. They can become very disoriented, which I didn't know that. So that was Thursday or Friday when we did that, and then we took her back Saturday morning, and he told us to take her off the insulin. Well, we went from 2 units down to 1, and we tried 24 hours of that, and that was on Friday. So we took her back on Saturday morning, and her blood level was elevated just a little since we reduced the insulin level for her. So at that point, he told us to go ahead and take her off of it totally. So we did that for like 24 hours, and she was doing fine. I mean, she still wasn't eating and very little drinking. We actually had to, with a syringe, force water down her to get hydrated. And we did that, I think, Sunday morning. Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning. And then what was odd, we have these temptation snacks for cats, and that's all she would eat. I mean, I could give her 7 to 8 of them at a time, and she would just really eat those very quickly. And we tried to give her regular cat food, but she wasn't interested in that at all. And then we gave her some salmon juice out of the can, and she really liked the salmon juice, which was good. So it's been a balancing act. In the last 24 hours, she seemed to be getting a little better. And what was odd this morning is I let her outside like I always do, and I have this small fish pond. Well, she kept wanting to drink out of the fish pond. And before she would drink out of it, she would take her paw and get the water moving. And that's what cats normally, that's why they like those water fountains. They really like those, and that's what she was doing. And I thought back, well, this is what cats did in the wild. They always wanted moving water when they drank from it. So I think that's what she was doing. It was her instinctive ways of drinking. So I called the vet this morning, which I was supposed to, and he's out right now, but they're relaying messages back to him about Ginger. So I called him back, and she got a hold of the vet, and then she called me back and said, listen, a couple of things you can do. You can go ahead and bring her in, get her hydrated, which they can give her a shot, I think, for that. And that lasts for 24 to 36 hours, I believe. Or I could wait till the next day, because we want to get her blood sugar level since she's not been on her insulin. So oddly enough, after she was drinking out of the pond, she came inside and she was hovering over the water bowl with her paws, and she got the water moving with her paw, then she was drinking it. So that was a positive turn for us, for our cat. So please keep little Ginger in your prayer. We're worried about her. We've had her like 10 years now. She's like 12 years old, so we got to keep an eye on her, obviously. But anyway, that's what I've been dealing with the last couple days. So I do have a video loaded. I'm going to release at 5 o'clock tonight on this bike, and then I'll release this one tomorrow on the actual review. So we're going to do our normal 30-miler today. And I'm in pedal assist 2, and we're doing right at 16, 17 mile an hour, which is good. Hey, I didn't bring coffee today. I brought a Powerade energy drink today. I really like these things, and I had some issues with some dizziness, and I evidently wasn't getting enough of electrolytes in my body. So my doctor told me to drink at least one of these a day, and that really seemed to help any of my dizziness issues. So I'm real happy about that. You know, we're just like our animals. Once you get older, things start falling apart in humans and animals. So we got to do what we can to take care of ourselves. And that's why I really love this bike riding, because I'm taking care of my body. And I get all these bikes to review for free, just to do something I love doing anyway. So I want to thank all the bike companies that have reached out to me, like 6 or 7 of them now just this year. and send e-bikes to me so I could review them. And I've had a lot of fun doing it. And it ain't just for the free bikes. I mean, that's nice. That's not why I do this channel. It's to help seniors and people with disabilities, to let them know you can get out and do this. These e-bikes is a game changer for people. You don't have to sit at home anymore. Now you can get out and exercise. Actually, instead of taking the detour and going to what I normally do, let's go downtown today. It's about 8.5 miles downtown, so I'll get about a 16, 17 mile ride out of it today. I did bring my extra battery today. I got it strapped down to my back rack. As I mentioned, my Cyrusher Komodo battery fits right in the down tube of this bike. So that was a plus. So I brought that with me because I really want to do a range test on this battery. So I knew I needed the extra battery to get that done. But I'm riding along at pedal assist 2, and it seems to be right around 17 miles an hour. That's a little higher than I thought, but that seems to be where it wants to be. See, I come a total of 55 miles so far on this bike. Right up here is where I'd be turning right if I went to my normal place for the blessing box, but we're going to go straight and we're going to head on downtown today. And we might be riding around downtown just a little bit today. We'll see. We'll see how things go once I get down there. But I'll tell you, for $799 that this bike cost, so far I've ridden it 57 miles and it's well worth the money. Well worth the money. I think a lot of these lower priced e-bike companies are really stepping up their game because they need to compete with these $1,500 to $2,500 e-bike companies. And I believe Buzz hit the mark on this one. As you guys know, I do really honest reviews on these things. I don't do it just to trump up the bike company. If there's something I don't like about that bike, I'm going to tell you. And there are a couple things I don't like about this bike, which I'll discuss when I get to the halfway point. There's a couple things I'd like to see them change on this bike, even at the price point that they're in. Got a few bikers out today. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Made it to church yesterday, of course, and dealing with the cat issues all weekend, so I wasn't going to do this ride today if she wasn't getting any better, but I decided to go ahead and do it. I told my wife just to let me know if something goes on, something happens. And of course, at that point, I would go ahead and cut the bike ride short. But I think we're going to be okay today. Yeah, I got a few components still coming in from Amazon on some of the stuff I bought. I've already got the mirrors and the phone holder on it. I'm waiting on another bar I can put on the front end of this so I can attach my camera to it if I want to. And some other accessories. Yeah, I wish the handlebars were a little bit wider on this. I mean, it's okay. I had a couple comments on that. People thought the handlebars were pretty close together, and they are. But as I mentioned, I would not recommend this bike for somebody, say, 5'2" to 5'6", because if you lower this seat all the way down, and I've got these handlebars all the way down now. And if you lower that down to where you can comfortably put your feet on the ground, somebody that short, them handlebars are going to be too high for them. So that's one of the things I wish Buzz would change, where they could have the handlebars either bend in a little bit so they can lower the distance that the rider has to reach. That's kind of an important factor. But yeah, as far as the quality of the ride, I'll tell you, I don't think you're going to find a better bike at $800 than what you find with this one. And supposedly, and I went to their website, this bike is built in the USA. Now, of course, a lot of these component parts and stuff, they're coming out overseas. I get that. But for the most part, this bike is built right here. So that's good. I had another bike that did that too, my electric bike company Model R, a 26-inch cruiser. It was made here in the USA as well, but again, the parts were shipped in from overseas. That's why they say it's been assembled here in the USA. But I tell you, for mechanical brakes, you can't beat this bike. I've had a couple e-bikes now that's had mechanical brakes. They don't touch the quality of these brakes. I believe the name of the brakes is Wuxing, W-U-X-I-N-G. I mean, they really feel like hydraulic brakes when they stop. So hats off to you, Buzz, for choosing a mechanical brake that does a really good job. Be going through a park up here. Metro Park, and we'll snake along the river and head towards downtown. What I'll do, since there's not a blessing box down here, I'll drop a couple items off on a park bench down here that's down around these central areas that people hang out downtown, and hopefully if somebody needs it, they'll be able to get some food here. I've tried to get a hold of the city to reach out to me so I can build a blessing box right downtown at their place they call Riverscape, which is kind of a central hangout, and that's their jewel basically of the city. But they won't let me put a blessing box down there. They guess they don't want a bunch of people hanging around down there, which is, I don't get that. I really don't. If we're giving food to people and that kind of stuff, but they can go ahead and approve particular beer brands where they can serve beer down here, but they can't feed people. Makes no sense to me, but that's government for you. That's one thing that just aggravates the crap right out of me. That'll do it. We have so many homeless people, and we have so many people with food insecurities that they really need to step up their game. So people could be fed. 1 out of 9 people go hungry in the U.S. every day. Yeah, I might have to do a couple more adjustments. I couldn't get the throttle to kick in going up that hill. So I'll be doing a little adjustments on that. So far, we've come 5.1 miles. Looks like we came down 1 bar on the battery, which isn't bad. Pretty much average. Yeah, that time the throttle did kick in, but it's kind of slow. I'll kick it up, pedal assist 3 here a little bit, see what it'll do. Yeah, we've got some really neat videos coming out. Some will be with me and Caleb. And some will be just with me riding, talking about safety and bike accessories, my thoughts after riding e-bikes for 2 years now almost. So I really want to increase my viewership and not make these videos so boring or disinteresting. I did start putting music to my videos. People didn't like that, or a couple of them didn't like it. I may speed up the videos a little bit at certain points. And that's probably what I'm going to do here. Is go ahead and play a little music here and speed up the video just a little bit, so you're not watching another 10 minutes of me just riding on this trail. So yeah, I'll listen to the music and enjoy the ride. Here's where we'll cross up to the part of downtown that I want to show you. This is called Riverscape. Well, we're not quite there yet, but we're close. Do a little throttling up the hill here. Definitely got some high-end apartments or condos up here. I'm not sure which one they are. Mostly young professionals buy those or rent those. A lot of them want to live downtown area. Me, not so much. I'd rather live in the suburbs. But I'm actually in the city, but I'm so far east in the city that I'm almost within a block or two out of the city. But it's nice to have city services as well. See who we got down here is hanging around downtown. Usually not many people down here during the week. A lot of people come down and eat lunch a lot though. If I come down here around lunchtime, which I'm kind of there now, so people are probably down here eating lunch. Couple people down there walking their dog. Okay, here we are. See a little bit of city of Dayton right there, downtown area. Yeah, I'll hop off the bike here and we'll talk about the bike a little bit. And before I do any of that, I'm going to drop a couple things off here for people so they can have some food. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop off the bike here. It looks like I only used about 2 bars, maybe 2.5. That's pretty good. We come 7.7 miles. I think that's down just a little bit. I don't think I have the tire size dialed in here, so I'm gonna see if I can do that while I'm standing here. I was watching somebody else's video, but it really didn't help me. So let me see if I can get to the setting for the tires. I think it's pedal assist 6, it's showing 20, so I'm gonna go up to 24 on that. So I think I got to change that a little bit. There we go. Still showing 48.5 volts, which is good. We're in about 36 minutes, somewhere around there, and we come right at 6 miles, but it's really closer to 8. I had the tire size dialed in wrong. My Strava app is showing 8.94, so that's probably a lot more accurate than the other is. So yeah, let me grab a couple things out here so we can put out for people if they need some food. I'm gonna drop off a can of corn here, and also some lunch and instant lunch. So we're gonna keep that down there. Somebody will pick that up, I guarantee it. So let's talk about the bike like we always do. This is the Buzz Centric 20-inch fat tire bike. And again, it's made by Buzz, which is a local company here actually. And as I mentioned, this bike is assembled in the USA. Now, all the parts, a lot of the parts are coming from overseas, but they are definitely assembled here in the United States. So anyway, it's got a it's got a 500 watt rear hub motor. And the hub motor is made by Vinka, V-I-N-K-A, which is a little bit odd. I've never heard of them before, but it's a very quiet motor. And it's got turning derailleur on it. Kind of at the lower end of derailleurs, but I'm okay with that. And it's got a 48 volt, 10.8 amp hour, I believe, on this battery. So you just turn this and the battery pops this way, and you can either take it out and replace it, or you got a charging port right down here for the battery. And as I mentioned, my side rusher Komodo battery fits right down in the down tube, so that is why I brought it with me. Nice little straps here I got on Amazon to keep this stuff secure. And it's got a 6-speed shifter that they call Revo Shift, I guess you might call it, Shimano. But it instead of a little clicking, it's actually got a little twist here to change the gears on the bike for you as well. And other than that, it's got a nice display. It'll go all the way down to pedal assist 1, then up to 5, as you can see. And it's also got your trip mileage. Now this is showing 7.7. That seems to be a little more accurate there. And the voltage is down to 48.7. Usually starts out about 52 volts, 51.5, something like that. That's normal for a 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery. So right now I've only used about 3 volts. And that's pretty good. When you get down to about 39 or 40, that is pretty much drained the battery. So that's important to know that. And it's got just different settings, how long you've been riding. Of course, your total mileage, I've got 60 on the bike now. So that's a little bit about the display. You just hold the center button down to turn it on and off. And you hold the up and down button to change anything in the settings. That's how you do that. I've noticed on this bike, you don't have to manually reset the tripometer. Once you go ahead and turn the display off, it automatically resets back to 0. I like that, instead of having to manually do it. Comfortable seat, no problem at all with this seat. And of course, it'll go all the way down. And as you can see, as low as that is, them handlebars are going to be way too high for somebody really short. And other than that, it's got front suspension, but it does not have adjustable suspension. Again, this bike is only $800. So it does have suspension, which is pretty good actually. It feels pretty good. And it's also got it looks like about 160 millimeter disc rotors. They could even be smaller, I'm not sure. And you've got the quick release here in case you need to take your tire off to change a flat or something of that nature. So that's everything pretty much about the bike. I don't think I left anything out other than the mechanical brakes are made by Wuxing, W-X-I-N-G, and I'll tell you, I'm pretty impressed with these brakes. And this is my bag I put on, and this rack comes with it. Kind of cool. And then, of course, I put my backpack on her so I can carry items like lunch and my radio if I want to listen to music or podcasts, which I might do that going back home today. But that's a little bit about the bike itself. Another thing I really don't like about this, again, as I mentioned, the throttle here. This throttle will not engage until you start the pedal assist on the bike. So if you're sitting at a stop sign or whatever, you're going to have to push those pedals to get that to engage in order to get the throttle to engage. That's one thing I'd like to see Buzz change on the bike. The only other little issue I don't like is they put this electric assist emblem on both sides of the frame. I don't like that. It takes away from the aesthetics of the bike. They don't need to put that on there. People know it's an e-bike. or they should anyway. And one other important factor I did forget, it's a folding bike. You just push this red button in, pull this back. You can fold your bike for storage or moving it or whatever. And it does have plastic pedals, but they do fold. It's kind of a nice touch for this price point. So, you know, if you want to, if I get it to do it here, get it to fold in case you want to store it or put it in a SUV or something, you can do that. Now let's talk a little bit about the wire management. Really good job. The only thing that I did notice when I got this bike shipped, and I have not called them to fix this yet, this wire was broken out of the box. Now, of course, the handlebars were completely laying to the side, so I think it stretched that and completely severed that wire. That goes to your brake sensor. So when you apply the brakes, that will shut that motor off. But if you've got one on the other side and it's working fine, the bike's going to shut off anyway. It don't matter. Or if you don't quit pedaling, it's going to shut off the motor anyway. So that is not a really, really big issue, but I do want it replaced. That did happen during the either the shipping of the bike, or FedEx or whoever that was handling the bike may have done that with the box. I noticed when he got the box off the truck, he was flipping it upside down to the side and everything, and the bike clearly says to keep upward position on the box. So that may have done it, I don't know. But anyway, things happen during shipping. And other than that, let's talk about a couple of the add-ons I did. I put on these mirrors thanks to Richard down at E-Bike Reviews and Adventures in Florida. I love these mirrors. I've had other bar-in mirrors were round and they kind of hung out here. These mirrors are just really good. They're tinted, which means if you get a lot of sun coming into those, that's going to really help that reflective glare off of you too. These phone holders, and I'll put all this down in the description box. I love these phone holders here. They're very secure. I purchased that. Of course, I had the bag already. I love these cup holders here. These are Kimimoto's. They're actually for wheelchairs, but they're great cup holders where you can just attach them to your stem or even the seat post of the in the back. You can do that as well. Other than that, I had the extra battery already. I purchased a couple straps, and that's pretty much everything that I bought for the bike. Other than my alarm, this is my alarm here. I buy them for all my bikes, and I'll show you how this works. I got my remote with me. When you want to set the alarm, you just hit the top button, and after it beeps here. Now watch what this does when you start moving the bike. You move it again. And that shuts the alarm off. As you can see, you don't have to do much for this bike to get that alarm to go off. I really love these alarms. I put them on all my bikes. I will give you a link to that as well in the description box. But yeah, if you guys got any comments, anything about this, go ahead and take my camera off. Any things you would like me to add to the bike, if you want me to check with the manufacturer on some certain things, I'll be more than happy to. But yeah, this is again the Buzz Cintris, and I'm going to tell you what, for $800, it's an outstanding bike. I really was hesitant when I seen what this bike cost, if it was going to be any good. But I'll tell you, I've rode this thing now, and it's extremely good bike so far. So anyway, this is Dan with Senior E-Bike Nation. Share and like the video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. Any future videos coming out, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, everyone. Dan again with Senior E-Bike Nation. We just got back on a 17.82, close to 18-mile ride, and I rode in pedal assist 2 most of the way, and we still have 3 bars left on the battery, and that's usually that's about 50%, maybe 40, because it's 46.3 volts, and that's about half drained. So I'm going to say 50 to 45% of the battery was used. And really, it was a really seamless ride as far as effort. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to do the throttle only test today. I'll do that on another ride, and I will definitely get that in there for you. But yeah, this thing is a really, really good bike for $800. And I'll put the link in the description box where you can get it. So yeah, and I appreciate if you go to my links and order these, because I get a little bit of commission. It helps my channel a little bit. So yeah, put any questions that you have about it. Didn't even have to get my other battery out today. I was happy about that. So yeah, everybody share and like the video, and hope you guys have enjoyed the rides today, or ride. And share and like, and hit the bell notification, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video.